3 words. That's all it took to launch a war. On January 29, 2002, President George W. Bush stood before Congress and called out an axis of evil. 14 months later, American troops were in Iraq. This is the story of a speech that changed the world and the chaos that followed. It was 4 months after September 11th. America was wounded, angry, afraid. The Twin Towers were gone. Nearly 3,000 people were dead, and the nation wanted answers and revenge. The war in Afghanistan was already underway. The Taliban was falling. Osama bin Laden was on the run, but the Bush administration wasn't done. They believed the war on terror had to go further, much further. So, on January 29, 2002, President Bush gave his State of the Union address. The country was watching. The world was listening. And then he said it. States like these, and their terrorist allies, constitute an axis of evil, arming to threaten the peace of the world. Iraq, Iran, North Korea. 3 nations, 3 regimes. One phrase that would define American foreign policy for the next 2 decades. Bush accused them of seeking weapons of mass destruction. He accused them of sponsoring terrorism. He warned that America would not wait for threats to become attacks. "I will not wait on events while dangers gather," he said. "I will not stand by as peril draws closer and closer." The message was clear. America was coming. The world held its breath. 14 months later, March 2003, American troops invaded Iraq. The stated reason? Weapons of mass destruction. Intelligence agencies said Saddam Hussein had them. Chemical weapons, biological weapons, maybe even nuclear capabilities. Baghdad fell in 3 weeks. Saddam went into hiding. "Mission accomplished," the banners read. But the mission was far from over. No weapons of mass destruction were ever found. The intelligence was wrong, or manipulated. The justification for war collapsed. And then came the insurgency. Roadside bombs, suicide attacks, sectarian violence, American soldiers dying month after month, year after year. The war that was supposed to take weeks lasted nearly a decade. By the time U.S. combat troops left Iraq in 2011, nearly 4,500 Americans were dead, over 30,000 wounded. Iraqi deaths, estimates range from 100,000 to over 600,000 civilians. The power vacuum created chaos. Al-Qaeda in Iraq evolved into something worse, ISIS. They swept across the region, committing atrocities that shocked the world. Iran, another axis of evil nation, became more powerful, not less. North Korea accelerated its nuclear program. The speech that promised to make America safer may have made the world more dangerous. And we're still living with the consequences today. January 29, 2002. 3 words. Axis of evil. 1 speech. 1 war. A generation of conflict. Words have power. And sometimes they have a body count. That's history. That's today. Follow for more.